My cousin insisted I cater her entire wedding for free, saying, "It'll be great exposure for your business." When I declined, she rolled her eyes. "Fine. I'll find someone better." So I skipped the wedding. The next morning, I woke up to dozens of missed calls. My first thought was that there had been an accident, maybe someone had been hurt at the wedding. I finally picked up my mom's call, groggy and annoyed. "Oh my God, it was a disaster," she whispered. I could hear the shock in her voice, the kind of tone people use when they're describing something almost too awful to believe. "What?" I rubbed my eyes, trying to wake up fully. "The food, it was horrible. Megan is freaking out." As my mom filled me in on the details, I felt a mixture of vindication and genuine sympathy. "The caterers she hired were awful," Mom continued. "The chicken was undercooked, actually pink in the middle. Several guests got sick. The pasta was stone cold, like it had been sitting out for hours. And the seafood platter, oh my God, it was clearly canned tuna just dumped on a plate with some crackers." I could picture the scene. A wedding reception where the food was so bad that it became the main topic of conversation. Guests whispering to each other about the quality, maybe even refusing to eat. The bride and groom's special day overshadowed by culinary disasters. "People left early," Mom said. By 9 p.m., half the guests had gone home. The ones who stayed were just drinking and avoiding the food. Megan was in the bathroom crying, and Marcus looked like he wanted to disappear. I bit my lip to keep from laughing. It wasn't funny, exactly, but there was a certain poetic justice to it. Mom continued, "She's begging you to come fix it. They need real food for the brunch reception today." Apparently, Megan had planned a day after brunch for out-of-town guests, and now she was panicking about having the same caterer handle it. I blinked. So let me get this straight. She refused to pay me, found someone better, and now she wants me to come in last minute to save the day? The audacity was breathtaking. She dismissed my services, insulted my abilities, and now expected me to drop everything and rescue her wedding weekend. Mom sighed. "Yes." I let out a slow, satisfied exhale. "Tell her I'm unavailable." The decision came easily. I wasn't being vindictive, I genuinely was unavailable. Sunday brunch service requires extensive prep work that should have started days ago. Even if I'd wanted to help, there was no way to pull together a quality meal for that many people with a few hours' notice. But more than that, I wasn't going to reward her behavior. She'd made her choice, and now she had to live with the consequences. Mom gasped. "What?" "But I have plans," I said. "Besides, I wouldn't want to take business away from the caterer she hired." The sarcasm in that last line was intentional. If this other caterer was just as good as me, then surely they could handle the brunch as well. Mom knew better than to argue. She understood my business better than most family members, and she'd seen how hard I worked to build my reputation. She relayed the message, and within an hour, Megan lost her mind. She sent me a long, furious text about how I was selfish and petty, how I was ruining her wedding by refusing to help when it really mattered. The message was full of accusations and guilt trips, but it only confirmed that I'd made the right decision. If this was how she reacted to a simple no, imagine how she would have behaved if I'd worked the wedding for free and something had gone wrong. I didn't even bother responding. Later I found out that the brunch ended up being grocery store deli trays that Megan's mom had panic bought at the last second. Wilted sandwiches, store-bought cookies, and fruit salad from plastic containers. People were not impressed. Megan is still salty about it to this day. But guess what? She never found someone better. The caterer she'd hired was apparently a friend of a friend who did catering as a side hustle. No professional experience, no proper equipment, no understanding of food safety. She'd chosen price over quality and got exactly what she paid for. So after I refused to swoop in and save Megan's wedding brunch, I thought that was the end of it. I figured she'd eventually cool off, we'd have an awkward conversation at the next family gathering, and life would move on. I was wrong. A few days later, I started noticing something strange. Bad reviews began popping up on my business page. At first, I thought it was just coincidence. Every business gets the occasional bad review, and I'd learned not to take them too personally. But these were different. Terrible service, one read. Food was bland and arrived cold. Unprofessional. The review was short and vague, without any specific details that would help me understand what had gone wrong. Another one said, "Cancelled last minute and ruined my event. The chicken made everyone sick. Avoid at all costs." I read each one, my stomach tightening. These were fake reviews, and not even particularly well-crafted ones. They were too generic, too similar in tone and structure. And it wasn't just one or two. There were dozens, all posted within hours of each other. My overall rating, which had taken years to build up to 4.8 stars, was plummeting. I checked the profiles of the reviewers. Most of them were brand new accounts with no profile pictures, no other reviews, no signs of being real people. But a few had familiar names, Megan's friends from high school and college. I clenched my jaw. She was trying to ruin my business. This wasn't just about the wedding anymore. This was a deliberate attempt to destroy my livelihood because I'd refused to work for free. I called her immediately. She didn't pick up, no surprise there. I decided to go to the source. I texted her, keeping my tone as calm and professional as possible. "Hey, Megan. Just saw a bunch of fake reviews on my business page. I know you're upset, but this isn't the way to handle it. Please have them taken down." She read the message instantly, I could see the read receipt. But no reply came. Then, minutes later, I got a notification that she'd blocked me. That's when I knew this wasn't just petty drama. This was war. The betrayal hit me harder than I expected. I'd known Megan was dramatic, but I'd never imagined she'd be capable of something so calculated and cruel. She wasn't just venting her frustration, she was actively trying to destroy something I'd spent years building. I spent the next few days reporting every fake review to Google My Business and Yelp, but the damage was done. The platform's review systems are designed to prevent manipulation, but they're not perfect. It takes time for fake reviews to be investigated and removed, and in the meantime, potential clients were seeing my tanked rating and going elsewhere. Some of my regular clients reached out, concerned about what they were seeing online. I had to explain the situation, which was embarrassing and unprofessional. A few people even cancelled upcoming bookings, worried about the quality of my service. I was furious, but I didn't have concrete proof that Megan was behind it. Not yet. Then, out of nowhere, I got a call from another caterer in town. Let's call him Dave. Dave and I weren't exactly friends, but we had a professional respect for each other. We'd even collaborated on a few large events that were too big for either of us to handle alone. The catering community in our city was small, and we all knew each other. He sounded uncomfortable when he called. "Hey," he said, "I need to tell you something. I just got a call from a bride named Megan. She wanted me to write a bad review about you. Said you ruined her wedding and needed to be taught a lesson." I gripped the phone tighter. "She asked you to leave a fake review?" The audacity was stunning, but it also gave me exactly what I needed, proof of her campaign against me. "Yep," Dave sighed. "She offered to pay me $50 to write something nasty about your food and service. Told her I don't play that game, but figured you should know. She's calling other caterers too, trying to get them to join in." I was seeing red. She wasn't just venting her anger or trying to warn people away from my business. She was actively recruiting others to help her destroy my reputation. This was organized, deliberate, and completely unhinged. She was actively trying to destroy my business, and I needed proof. I had an idea, but I'd need help to pull it off. I got a friend, let's call her Sophie, to help me out. Sophie was a graphic designer who understood social media and had helped me with my business's online presence in the past.